What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Your girl here is back with another ranking video. If you guys missed it, I already did a ranking video for all of the new powder blushes that are out on the market right now, and you guys liked it so much that I decided to do another one specifically for cream blushes. There have been so many blush releases this past year. In fact, I have even more cream blushes to rank for you guys than I did in the powder blush video. So if you guys are kind of confused, which ones are better than others, which ones are going to be right for you, what should you spend your hard-earned money on, don't worry because we're getting into it right now. Okay, party people, before we get started, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. These videos do take me quite a while to plan out because I have to test all of the products and form a good opinion so that it's actually helpful for you all. Also, thank you in advance to those of you who support my channel by shopping through my affiliate links. I always link all the products that are on my face or that I mentioned in the video in the description box down below. I will include all of the shade names that I show you guys as well. And if you are new here, welcome, welcome. My name is Sophia and I'm a complete beauty addict. I upload new videos every single week. So if you love new makeup reviews, favorites videos, ranking videos, get ready with me's, all that kind of stuff, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button to join our fam because we would love to have you. And without further ado, let's get into this ranking. As you might imagine, I am going to go from my least recommended, or I guess my least favorite cream blush, all the way to my favorite, the one that I think is the best. And the first blush in this ranking, which unfortunately I think is the worst, I'm sorry, it's the new Pat McGrath Divine Color Balms. These retail for $29 each. There are 6 shades. I have the shade Sunkissed Seduction, which is described as a warm sienna. I am going to be doing some swatches and demos of all of the blushes in this video today. And on the Pat McGrath website, this is described as giving a dewy, luminous finish with a glass skin effect. I do have to agree with that. It does give you that kind of juicy glass skin type of look to the cheek. Very supple, very hydrated and moisturized, but it's a little bit dewy for my liking. I can handle dewy. I think the thing that I don't really like about these is that the longevity is just not there. It lasts for like 2 seconds and then it is gone. This color is very beautiful. I will not lie. It's not a bad blush. I just don't think for the $29, it's really worth it. You're gonna see in this ranking, there are much better dewy blushes like this that have a lot more longevity. It says on the website that this has soft, buildable color. I don't really think that that is true. Comment down below and you guys let me know. I feel like this is very much a sheer wash of color and I just prefer something that is a little bit pigmented. The last thing about this is that I hate the packaging. I love the color, but I think it's so cheap. All of the Pat McGrath packaging, or a lot of it at least, has become very cheap and plasticky. I think she does a much better job with the highlighter duo sticks that come in like the weightier metal type of packaging. That's what I expect from this product. That's the experience that I want, but instead I'm getting this super cheap, very unsatisfying packaging. So that's just kind of like the nail in the coffin for me, friends. At the end of the day, there's nothing super special about these to justify picking it up. You can find dewier blushes out there that have more longevity, more pigmentation. So if you're thinking about getting these, I would just say they're probably for somebody that likes something very, very dewy and very natural. Next up, we have a very viral, but also very controversial product. It is the Jones Road Miracle Balm. These retail for $38 each, and at the moment they have 9 shades, so quite the selection. On the Jones Road website, this is described as a wash of soft focus moisture to perfect and enhance the skin. I actually did a full review of all the products so far that I've tried from Jones Road, and I did talk quite a lot in that video about the Miracle Balm. I know a lot of people like this, but it's just not for me. It is described as a wash of soft focus moisture, and I think that that description is key. It's not a wash of color, of soft focus color. It's about the moisture. It's about the fact that it is a balm. It is incredibly dewy. If you like something that shows a lot of dew, a lot of moisture, you want something that's almost like a blush and skincare hybrid, then you might enjoy this. I don't think that you can go into this thinking that it's going to be like a traditional cream blush. The things that I don't really like about it, which I talked about in my review, are that number one, it really doesn't set down. It feels like you got Vaseline on your cheeks all day, or maybe like a pigmented chapstick. It's also not very pigmented. Even the darker colors that I demoed for you all in that other video, Sunkissed and Tawny, they look like they're going to be super dark, but they really don't have that much pigmentation. They also don't really have much longevity at all. That moisture and dewiness stays, but the color doesn't last. So there's like not much, it's just not giving me that much, and that's why this is ranked as one of the lowest ones. I know that a lot of people like this for that no makeup type of look, and that's when I recommend using this. If you're going to have your hair back, because your hair will stick to your face, if you aren't really wearing much makeup and you just want to look like you're kind of having a really nice dewy skin day, that's when I would wear this. But if you're looking for just a really nice dewy cream blush, trust me, there is more out there that I think is gonna give you a little bit more than this, and $38 is kind of expensive. You get a lot of product, but it's not really that pigmented. It's kind of messy. You have to layer it up. It's just not for me, and that's why it's at the bottom. Next up, we have a new product from Saie. This is the Saie Glow Sculpt Multi-Use Cream Highlighting Blush. This retails for $32. It comes in 5 shades, and the shade that I am using in this video is called Mauve Glow, which is a cool toned mauve. This isn't an awful product, but it really isn't my favorite. It does kind of annoy me also, like the other two that we just talked about. The biggest thing are the shades. The shades are a little bit weird. They don't make a lot of sense to me. This product, I guess it's supposed to be a blush and highlighter hybrid, but when I went in store, most of the shades look like they are highlighters. I don't know, friends. This color, Mauve Glow, it's very pretty actually, but this was the only one that I would consider using, especially for a blush ranking video. So I think you need to keep in mind that most of these aren't really going to act as blushes. I think for most skin tones, a lot of them are going to be highlighters. Like I said, this color, Mauve Glow, it is really beautiful. I think it looks super nice on the skin. You guys will see in the demo, but I also don't think it's really all that unique. First off, it doesn't have the best longevity compared to other glowy blushes in my collection. It kind of seems very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wands, or you could get the Rare Beauty Luminizers, which are kind of similar. They're more marketed as highlighters, but they do have some deeper shades. I love the shade Captivate. It's kind of like a really pretty copper color. It's super similar to the effect that you get from these, except I just think the formula and the longevity is a little bit better. So all in all, friends, this isn't a bad product. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of redundant compared to other things that we already have in the market that are very popular. It's $32, so it's not super affordable, and I just am not a huge fan of the colors. If you're looking for a glowy cream blush, I don't think that this would be my first recommendation. Next up, we have a product that I already did a full review of on my channel in case you guys are interested. It is the Nars Afterglow Liquid Blushes. These also retail for $32. They come in 6 shades, and the shades that I have demos of are Wanderlust, Brazen, and Insatiable. This is a really pretty product from Nars. I like to describe these as giving kind of a watercolor effect to the cheek. They're very sheer. They have a nice dewy finish to them. They give kind of like a supple look to the skin. I feel like I'm going to use the word supple a lot in this video, but I love that word because it's so true. It gives that sort of like nice hydrated, I take care of my skin type of look to the cheek. They also have pretty good longevity. The dewiness definitely fades by the end of the day, but at least the color is still there. The reason that I don't have these ranked higher though is because they're not super pigmented. Some people like that. Some people like the fact that they can kind of just take the little doe foot applicator and be more liberal and kind of whack it on, because there are some other blushes out there that are very popular that I'll mention later in this video that are super pigmented, and not everybody likes to have to be super careful. Some people like sheer washes of color, something that's buildable, something that is easy and quick to use and also looks very natural. I have a lot of people out there that prefer less pigmented products, but it is something that I like to call out. Even with me, the Wanderlust shade, that light lavender shade, it was too light for my skin tone. I really had to layer it up, and I felt like if I were to use that every day, I would use up the product very, very quickly. These are $32, so they're not super cheap. So altogether, the price, the kind of of lack of pigmentation, the fact that you don't get that much product, and also just the fact that there are other dewy products in this video that are better. That's why I'm ranking this one a little bit lower. They're not bad. I think they're pretty. I've been enjoying them, but they are not the first dewy liquid blush that I would recommend. Next up, we have a new product from Fenty. This is a limited edition and it is available for summer 2023. It is the Fenty Match Stix Color Adaptive Cheek and Lipstick. It retails for $32 and it comes in one shade, which is called Strawberry Pop. I'm so mad about this product because it sold out before I could review the collection for you all. I am going to link it down below just in case it comes back in stock. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel and also following me on Instagram if you want to hear about when these products come back. It sounds like this was an incredibly popular product. I think maybe it went viral. I don't know, guys. I'm not on TikTok or anything, but I'm pretty sure this product had a little bit of virality to it. I know it's a little bit gimmicky because it's like the whole color changing trend, but you know what? It's a cute blush. I really like it. I love the pretty strawberry pop color. When you apply it to the cheeks, like, you know, in the stick, it looks like candy. It looks like a little lollipop or you know, the push pops, you know, those little push pop lollipops. That's what this looks like. It just looks so delicious. And when you glide it across the cheeks, it does change color. It adapts to your pH. And it's just a cute blush. And you know what? I think that this is a lot better than the McGrath. I think it's better than the Jones Road Miracle Balm. It's very nice and dewy, but it doesn't disturb my foundation too much. And most of all, it has really good longevity. Like, the color did last throughout my entire workday. So I hope that Fenty does more of these, not necessarily color changing, but maybe just, I don't know, more fun summertime cream blushes, because I do think that this is really nice. By the way, when I was doing my research about this product, I was really curious, like, what causes the color changing? All of these brands, they market this, oh, we have the color changing technology. It adapts to your skin, adapts to your pH. And most of us know these types of products have been around forever. When I was young, at least, they had products just like this that I would buy from CVS. It turns out that it is a dye. It's called Red Number 27. I'm reading from my notes here. It is a cosmetic colorant used as a reddish pigment. Some version of it is a pH sensitive dye that enables a colorless lip balm to turn red or pink upon application. So I did a little bit of sleuthing. I was looking at the Dior Backstage blushes. I was looking at a couple of other like color changing products. I think Tarte has like those new lippies. They all have Red Number 27. So it's not some crazy type of invention or technology, guys. It's just this dye, which is fine. I'm okay with that as long as the product is good and it looks cute. Then I'm here for Red Number 27, but I thought I would just share that with you guys. This is a really cute product. I really hope that it comes back in stock, and I still wanted to include it in this ranking. When I asked all of you on my Instagram, what cream blushes do you want me to include in this ranking? This was one of the ones that was requested the most. I hadn't tried it before, and I knew I had to try it. And I kind of knew it was going to be good. It's the Clé de Peau cream blush. Anytime I try a Clé de Peau product, it is very dangerous because pretty much all of the products are really good, but they're also very expensive. These retail for $60. There are only 4 shades, but they're all very pretty wearable shades. And the shade that I bought is called Perfect Peach. I wouldn't call this necessarily a peach. It's kind of like a perfect nude. If you want a super wearable, very, very natural nude cream blush that works with everything, Perfect Peach is gonna be the way to go. Now, this is in the middle. You probably could have guessed it because of the price. It is very overpriced. It's up to you to decide whether or not this is worth it, but this blush is double, triple the price of all of the other blushes that are included in this video. There's only 4 shades, and like I said, they're very pretty, and I do think that a lot of my subscribers are going to enjoy these super wearable shades, but I don't think that they're going to be accessible for all skin tones. I would like to see them expand the range, especially because the formula is so nice. It's so hydrating and, you know, supple, like that word. It's so hydrating and supple. In fact, I think I got the word supple from the description of this blush on the Clé de Peau website. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, but not too much. It's more so that it can kind of blur the cheeks. It also has great longevity. I tested this out several times. I think I even wore it maybe to a wedding or something. I wore it during like a summer weekend, lasted all day, goes with every single type of look. It's such a beautiful formula, glides across the cheeks, but it's $60. Like, you don't need this, but it is a really nice luxury treat if you're looking for an absolutely divine blush. Maybe Clé de Peau or one of the department stores has a little sale. This might be something that you want to check out. The other thing I want to mention is that you don't really get that much product, and it is kind of a small component. I can fit my finger in there, but if my nails are a little bit longer, they ain't gonna fit in there. I like to use my BK Beauty 109 brush, the little mini contour one. That is the perfect size to dip into this little pot and get it onto my cheeks. I will link my favorite cream blush brushes down below, by the way, in case you guys want some recommendations. But that's just a little tip that I have for you guys. My other cream blush brushes don't really fit in this little pot. So here's where we're starting to get into the territory where I had a little bit of trouble ranking the blushes because all of them are very, very good. This is the section that you really want to pay attention to. And the next blush that I want to talk about is very, very new. It's from Makeup by Mario. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. These retail for $30. They come in 6 shades. And the beautiful shade that I have here for you guys, not exciting but very beautiful, is called Rose Crush. If you like the enhancer from Makeup by Mario, which I do enjoy, it's not my #1 bronzer. It's very natural, but I do like the formula. If you like that formula, then you're going to like these because it's basically the same thing, but in a blush format. It makes total sense that Mario launched these. This is probably the best blush in this ranking. If you are looking for a look that's pretty dewy, but has good longevity. A lot of the ones that I've talked about I think are really nice, but I think that this one is the best if that's the kind of look that you are going for, but you don't want something that's too sticky and you actually want it to last. Does some of the dewiness fade by the end of the day? Yes, it does, but I think the longevity is better than the other ones that I already mentioned. The shades, I don't love. They're very, I don't know, they're very simple, which I think is great for the average customer, and it really does go along with Mario's aesthetic. But I'm looking forward to him launching maybe like some terracottas or some deep berries or a brighter pink or a brighter orange. I think he can do a lot with this blush. For the first go around, he launched some very neutral shades, but I do like the shade Rose Crush. This does match with a lot of looks. So if you're looking for something that's really nice, natural, and soft, Rose Crush is a good way to go. In fact, I don't really have anything bad to say about this other than the fact that, you know, maybe if you want something that's more pigmented or vibrant, you can go with some of the other ones that I'm going to talk about in just a second. Or if you don't like something that's super dewy, go with a different finish. But if you're looking for this type of look, I don't really have anything bad to say about these. I think that they're really nice. Next up, we have a blush that I almost forgot to include in this ranking, and I'm so glad I remembered last minute. I don't know how I could forget about these. It's the new Danessa Myricks Yummy Skinned Flushed Blushes. I love these. These retail for $25, which actually isn't too bad considering the prices of the other blushes we're discussing in this video. And these come in 6 colors. I have the shades Prima Donna. That's the color that I'm wearing on my cheeks today and what you will see in the demo. It is a hot pink. And then I also have the color Jubilee, which is a really nice nude. It's kind of like a warm summer terracotta. Absolutely love it. I like to look at these as kind of my recommendation for the opposite of the Makeup by Mario blushes. Those are more on the dewy side. This is going to be sort of like your equivalent if you want something that is more of a matte texture. If you have oily skin, or if you're going out and it's very humid, or you're in a sweaty environment, this is gonna be your perfect summertime blush. Not only because it has that matte texture, but it also has that like Upsolite technology that Danessa Myricks puts in the Yummy Skin Balm so that it keeps you from getting oily and sweaty and gross. Also, Danessa brought it with the shades. These shades excite me. They're also fun and bright and beautiful, and they're pigmented. In the demo of Prima Donna, I am using the new Sonia G Sheer Buffer, which is really great, by the way. I'll link my video down below where I do a demo and kind of a mini review of that brush, but I'm using that brush because I'm trying to be careful not to apply too much. These can be very pigmented, so I like the fact that there's really pretty colors, Anybody can wear this, no matter what your skin tone. You could go a little lighter, you could go a little darker. I'm sure she's gonna come out with like a soft rose and a mauve and a nude in the future. If you're looking for something a little bit more hydrating and more natural, go for the Makeup by Mario. But if you want something that's a little bit more matte, maybe you're kind of afraid of cream blush and that dewy texture, then I highly recommend these from Danessa Myricks. Are you still with me, friends? Because we've made it to the top 3 cream blushes in my ranking. And next up, we have none other than the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Beauty Blush Wands. These come in 4 colors. I do have a full review swatching, demoing all 4 of the colors. They retail for $42. And unlike the name would suggest, these are not matte. They're not matte at all. And you know what? I'm really happy about that because I love the creamy moisturized finish that these give me, but they're not too dewy, they're not sticky, nothing like that. They're that perfect in between. I absolutely love them. They also have incredible staying power. Probably some, at least for me, some of the most long-lasting cream blushes that I have in my collection, especially for ones that give such a hydrated look to the skin. All of the shades are really beautiful. I love how pigmented they are. In fact, this is probably my favorite formula out of all the ones that I'm talking about in this video. The reason that these are not ranked number 1 are that they are very expensive. They retail for $42. That's kind of a lot for a matte beauty blush wand. And the ones that are in the number 2, number 1 spots in this ranking video are much more affordable. They're more accessible and they come in more shades as well. I'd like to see more shades in these. I like the shades. They're really beautiful. They're very wearable, but I don't know, it's like very expected from Charlotte Tilbury. They're very Charlotte Tilbury shades, so I get it, but I'd like to see more because I absolutely love the formula. So I think there's just too many dupes out there for these. I still like this expensive formula, so that's why it's ranked as number 3. But if I'm talking to a friend and I'm recommending, you know, check these out, check that out, I feel more comfortable recommending first maybe something that's a little bit more accessible and where they're gonna have more shades to choose from. It was very difficult for me to decide which blush would go in the number 2 spot and which one would go in the number 1 spot. These are both very good blushes, and you know, hear me out for the reasons why I decided to rank them as I did. In the number 2 spot, I have the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. I know that these aren't necessarily new, but she has launched some new shades. I did do a review of those. They are the shades Worth, which is a true rose, and also Virtue, which is described as a beige peach. In total, they have 13 shades, which is so great. I also really like the fact that they have 2 finishes. So they have the more like dewy, creamy, radiant finish, and then they also have the matte finish. I have shades in each of the finishes, and I think both of them are really great. I think the price is really good on these as well. $23 really isn't that bad, and a lot of my subscribers have said that you really like Rare Beauty because they're a little bit more accessible compared to the other brands that are at Sephora. It almost makes it difficult to justify buying the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Beauty Blush Wands, buying something that is considered more luxury, more expensive, because it is a really solid product. This is probably one of the best cream blush formulas on the market. They also have pretty good longevity, not as good as the Charlotte Tilbury, I think, at least on my skin, but I think that they're really good. I think the major downside of these for some people is that they are super duper pigmented. Remember when I was chatting about the Nars Afterglow liquid blushes? Those are better for the person that doesn't want to have to worry about putting too much blush on. Some people, they just don't like the fact that these are so pigmented, and so they don't reach for them as much. But other people absolutely love that. They really love to build up the color, and maybe they're looking for more pigmentation. So there's something for everybody out there, friends, but that is the main con that I hear from people when they are giving feedback about the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. We've made it to number 1, friends. Can you guess what it is? Pause the video, comment down below, guess which one you think is number 1. It is none other than the Glossier Cloud Paint. Hear me out, friends, okay? First off, these retail for $20. I think that these are the cheapest ones that are in this ranking, and you do get a decent amount of product considering how little that you need to use when you are using these blushes. They also now come in 10 shades. I know that they are not new, but they did recently launch at Sephora, so a lot of people are picking these up, and they do have 2 beautiful new shades, which I'm gonna be picking up this weekend. I had a hard time choosing between these and the Rare Beauty, and at the end of the day, I decided to put these as #1, not only because you still get all of the shade selection, not only because they're a little bit cheaper, but also because I kind of respect Glossier for being ahead of the game, because these were popular and these were amazing before cream blush was even popular. I think cream blush kind of became popular maybe the past couple of years. I've had these for a while. Like, people have loved these for years now, and I feel like Glossier kind of got us into cream blush. I don't know, comment down below, let me know if there's another brand that you think did it really, really well. I would love to know. But for me, this really was kind of my introduction to cream blush. And you know what, I still think that this formula is one of the most user-friendly ones out there. More user-friendly than the Rare Beauty, because they're pigmented, but they are a gel cream formula, so they blend out, as the name would suggest, like a cloud. They're very beautiful, very easy to use. They're buildable. They have really good longevity. My favorite colors are Dusk, which is the nude shade, and I also love the shade Storm. I noticed that this one has been sold out in a couple of places. Is this going viral? Because this was my favorite color before it was popular. Just want to say that. It's a beautiful, I guess you could call it kind of like a nudie plum. I also love to mix these. The color Dusk, that nude one, it's perfect for mixing with any of the other colors in the line if you kind of want to tone it down, make something a little bit more neutral. They're super fun to play with. They're not very messy at all because they're kind of that gel cream formula as opposed to something that's liquidy and is going to get all over the place. I just think that these are so good. So yeah, friends, that concludes this video. Those are all the blushes that I'm going to be ranking today. Please let me know if there are any other ranking videos that you would like me to do, and I'd be happy to do that because these are very fun videos for me to plan and film. And now it is your turn. Sound off in those comments down below. Give me your feedback. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are there any other blushes that you think I should try out? I would love to know. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Everything will be linked down below. And with that, friends, I hope that you see some beauty in your day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.